All right, so SLC Punk changed my life, right? Right. SLC Punk. What a movie. What a movie. So back in high school, I was your atypical poser punk slash goth slash grunge, whatever you really want to fucking call it. Uh, yeah. I used to dress looking like a punk, looking like a goth all the time. I still love some of the aesthetics, some. But yeah. Then a friend of mine at the time introduces me to a movie called SLC Punk. He said it was an awesome movie. I said, okay, has a bunch of awesome music in it. Okay, let's watch it. So I watched it. And the revelation that I had at the end of it broke my heart, made me cry. Was a real good wake-up call. Because spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it, my apologies, especially if you want to see it. I'm not going to put a timestamp in there, I think, on where to jump to that we're done talking about this. I might. It'll probably be up on the screen by now. If not again by now. Or maybe even now. But not right now. Right now. But not now. All right, anyway. By the end of it, Bob is dead. And Steve-O is left alone, sitting there. And he's freaking out, having his panic attack. Highly Suspect is on. All right. And he's having this inner monologue after the funeral, and it's zooming in on him. He's shaved his blue hair. And he's like, I guess after all this time, I was nothing but a big, fat, dumb fucking poser. That's not... Excuse me. That is not his exact wording. However, the point stands. He said by the end of it, he realized that he was nothing more than a big, fat poser. And that shook me to the core. Because all of a sudden, when he looked up at the camera, I knew he was right. He was a poser. And so was I. And it just, it made me realize that I had been nothing. I had been nothing but a poser. And that's okay. To try to figure out life and figure out your place, what you like and what not. And I still like plenty of stuff that I did back in those days. I still like the aesthetic. I still like the accessories. I've always been extra. You can ask my wife. I am one extra boy. Man, we're painting all over the damn place, aren't we? We are working with gunmetal for a change. I did get the gunmetal out. It is ridiculously low, but I did break it out for this. So anyway, that movie just shook me to my absolute core. Like I said, I didn't know what to do with myself anymore, and I cried. I actually cried. Having like a crisis of conscience or identity crisis or some kind of shit. Not like what people are pretending to go through these days. Not even the ones who are pretending. Just, my good Lord. And it makes me laugh when I see people dress like that, acting like I used to do. I'm just like, wow. Yeah, I used to be a part of that life too. I used to think I was so cool. You're really not that cool, are you? And it is whatever, man. Sorry, I was just thinking about what I want to do with this mask. Yeah, it's just... Sorry, thinking back to all of it just kind of brings everything back, you know? I'm like, God, I was such a fool. I was such a fool. Yes, I had a good time, and I don't really regret much of any of it because there's no point in regretting any of it. So what the hell am I going to do about it now? Am I really going to be able to go back and change any of that? No. No, I'm not. Would it matter? No, I don't think it would matter. You know, life is going to carry on and do its thing regardless. But SLC Punk really did shake me up, broke me down inside, and really made me realize that I was nameless, faceless, this unidentified pile of confusion. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know who I was. I kind of knew who I was. Like deep down, I think everybody always knows who they are. You know, you might try new things and everything, but you know who you are. More or less. And it just... Yeah, that movie really rocked me, man. I don't know how else to put it. I don't want to spend the next 10 minutes talking about how that movie just destroyed everything. It destroyed my mind. Oh, man. It broke me apart, man. I'm serious. It just... When you realize that you've been a poser for the last 10 years, I don't know about you, but I wasn't sure what to do with myself after that. You know, I started to cut back on what I was wearing. I guess a lot of people might even say, oh, well, you were just selling out. You were letting other people decide what you were. And I was like, no, that's not exactly how any of that was happening. It was more, wow, what am I doing? You know, the girl that he meets in the movie and starts to fall in love with, and she even calls him out. She's like, why do you dye your hair blue and all this other shit? Like you're trying to be this rebellious thing, but don't you realize that you're just wearing a uniform? You are the very thing that you claim to hate. So what are we doing? That was really where the first instance of like, holy shit, I've been a poser really comes from. Man, this this silver is, oof, look at that. I haven't touched it in a while. But it needs to be cleaned, of course. And it's almost empty. It's almost empty now. Make sure I gotta get these grenades. Oh, so tired of ads. We got more Avatar, and then we got Muse, then Queens of the Stone Age, Foo Fighters, Space Hog, and Perfect Circle. Wow, this is really mixing all over the place, isn't it? I'm trying to make sure that we get everything that we really do need to get. Good Lord, this thing really is damn near completely empty. So we're going to have to grab what we can off of it. paint what we can. I want to say that priming technique that I tried, it looks pretty cool. I don't know how easy it is for you to see or how hard it is, but you can see how the red on his forearm right there and how it just goes darker. I know I've got, yeah, and then it's almost black right there. I don't know. He's turning out pretty well in my opinion. And I think that's all we really need for gunmetal. All right. So something that's been sitting back there for about 3 episodes now, right? Has been this little guy. Now, I got him from Etsy as well. You can see the size difference of that. Look at that. You're looking at basic Astra Militarum size compared to what I'm working with right now. I don't like the pose too much. Half the minis in the pack are not usable. I'm not trying to bash the person that it came from. The pose, I want to say, looks unnatural, but then again, if you're wearing body armor like that, you're not going to be able to bend all that much. So having proper posture, especially when you're fighting at a prepared position, and then, you know, trying to steady your aim and everything, of course, you might be a little rigid. You know, the base is from someone else on mine as well, and I just mashed the two together, slapped the head on it, and this was what we were going to use for a Trench Crusade, because this is supposed to be a new Antioch soldier. And I'm probably going to paint it up on my own, you know, free time, paint time. We'll see how that goes. But I realized I really do need to get to some of the stuff that I've forgotten about and missed. All right, so there's a little strap right here. That strap will matter, you know, because it will stick out. And of course, there's this strap. So. How's everybody doing? Again, I've really lost track of time. I know this is like episode 2, but no, I'm sorry, 3. What am I thinking? See, I've lost track of what is really going on now. I'm probably going to put a cross right here. I was going to put one on his forehead, but that is there. And I was probably going to put some Krieg or Militarum number designation on his arm right there, on his shoulder. Excuse me. I kind of wish he had a knight plate right there, like the little knight shield. But it's okay. It's okay. All right, I don't have dark stone. What I do have is ash gray. So we're going to take this ash gray, and we are going to attempt to dry brush the base a bit. We'll do something a little different for you. Let me get my brushes. And we'll get, since I'm thinking about it, we'll get this out too. We're going to get our Faber-Castell marker out, and we're going to go with this brush for the dry brushing. And as I've showed you people before, this is how I like to do my dry brushing. Gets a lot of the paint off, but it leaves a lot of it on there, of course. I know that's a little contradictory. What it really needs is just some shade oil, and then I can go back and dry brush, because there's too much variation on the base. I know I need to get to that skull. So but we're going to get something out real quick. Come on. There you go. We're going to get what I think of as a flashlight over here. And there are also some other things I need to get with this black now that I've got it out. So that's still black. That is still black. So we're okay. Never mind. The couple of things that really needed to be black are, and let's see. We're skipping music real quick. All right, we're gonna go to Space Hog. In the meantime, coming at you live from the 757. I wonder if that's a cool job. Like, I wonder if anybody in the music industry, or in the radio business, I wonder if any of them hate working for the radio. Like, is that something you actually hate? You know, too many damn people hate their job. It drives me nuts. As I understand all the circumstances and everything, but sorry, I'm trying to get the last bit of this. Good Lord. There's like nothing. Yeah, there's nothing left there. Oh my God. All right, we're going to have to leave that out. So, official announcement. Gunmetal is out. Farewell. You died. Rest in peace. Some Dark Souls. You died. Boom, with that ominous ass music. It's just I forgot some of the buckles down here. All right. Just needs a light touch. And that's it. They don't need anything crazy. All right. That's cool. All right. So you know what? No, don't do that yet. That's just mean. I was going to piss off. I was just going to say, you know what? We'll see you on the next round. But that's like 18 minutes right now. And we got 2 more minutes. And who the hell am I kidding? So, all right, we're gonna stop here. I'm getting the uniform gray out because we're gonna start doing some dry brushing over the blacks. And then I will probably get some yellow out and edge highlight for all the red metal. And then we're going to get some ash gray out like we did earlier with that splotch there. And we're going to do some more of the dry brushing onto the jacket and pants. And hopefully all of this is going to come out fantastically. And I'm going to make sure that we got all of the things that we need. So we got that. And we're going to get the barbarian flesh out for all the leather that we did. I'm going to get some rough iron out, so we'll have that. So here are some of your options that you're looking at for next time. Already got the uniform gray out there, but I'll put it back out there. Yeah, we're going to go with all those for the next one. Maybe some mummy robe. I want to say some mummy robe. And we are going to have to go and hit some of this plate mail metal for certain spots. Trust me on that one. Okay, and that's going to be it. So we'll see you guys on the next round. Good Lord. You still on there? Yeah, you're still on there. Perfect. So we'll see you guys on the next round. May the Void Father guide your brush. Later.